Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Nothing But Net, No Filter, No Bull. I'm your boy Gabe. I'm out here living it up in Florida. We got Sean in New York. Talk to
Yo,
him.
yo, 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 your boy's here. It's Super Bowl week, episode
Yeah,
25. Let's go,
yeah, man.
Eagles.
Eagles, let's die, Eagles, die. So,
Gabe, you
yeah,
said we
man.
wasn't going to be here all season, Gabe. We're here.
I know
Try
I'm
to,
eating crow. I'm eating shit. That's it.
try to
I
tell
get
you.
it.
Yo, listen. I got to go in today, but I'm going to do it later on. Yo, you
Yep.
49er fans, man. I think I hate 49er fans more than Cowboy fans right now. That's how bad it is. Even the whole team, like, they just. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, yeah.
Sour.
So yeah, man. So just to talk about, before we get into everything that we're gonna talk about, let's go ahead and let's do it like we do it every week, man. Let's check on your mentals. How you doing this week, Sean?
Oh man, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, man. Next week is Valentine's Day, so we got to do what we got to do for a special one in our lives. So it's good. It's February.
Do we? It's a made up holiday.
Nah, we got to. We ain't got no choice.
Yeah.
It's one of them non-negotiables.
I agree. So, but yeah, man, I'm good this week, man. Can't complain. I'm on vacation. I don't go back to work till the
Nice.
20th.
I knew you look relaxed. I see your
Yeah,
eyes. Your eyes are low,
that's
looking
it.
like Snoop Doggy
Yeah.
Dogg.
I'm like, man, I'm good. I ain't even. I'm not going nowhere. Not have no plans, but I
Listen,
just
you don't
need to
need to go
get
nowhere.
away.
Sometimes just chill,
Yeah,
bro. Get away from the chaos and the madness, and
yeah,
just
man.
just
Had to,
chill.
had to, bro. But yeah, man. So we're gonna get into this NBA trade season, man. It was a
Yeah.
doozy, bro. My phone was going off all day.
Uh-huh.
Um, a lot of stuff was happening. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna list the trade like the ones that were out there that everybody was talking
Hmm.
about, and then we'll get into um some other topics that's regarding these trades. But so the NBA took over this week, man. Super Bowl is
Hmm.
Sunday, and I don't even think people even care about the Super Bowl right now. So
No.
this week, man. So just on the NBA trade front, we got Kyrie who went to the Mavs. You
Hmm.
got KD going to the Suns. You got Russ went to the Jazz, which he's not gonna go. D'Angelo Russell went to the Lakers. Mo Bamba went to the Lakers. You got Conley went to the Wolves. Wiseman went to the Pistons. Josh Hart went to the Knicks. Bones went to the Clippers. And it just keeps going and going and going and
Yeah,
going.
Gary Payton came back home. Gary Payton the second came
Went
back
to the
home.
Warriors.
Hmm.
So it just keeps going and going, man. It to me it was I think between NBA free agency, no NBA trade deadline and NFL free agency, those are the best times in sports, man. Because
Definitely.
you waiting for your team to do something, and then they're not, you just like, oh, they're gonna do something, they're gonna do something. So a lot of teams got better, a lot of teams got worse. But I want to lead off with this, man. It's crazy how it's it just baffles me. But the question I
Hmm.
want to ask is, you being in New York, being in Brooklyn, and I know
Hmm.
you say you've been a Brooklyn Nets fan.
Hmm.
What happened? Kyrie and KD in Brooklyn was supposed to be this dynasty type of thing, championships, and Harden being over there, and it was
Hmm.
supposed to be the parade was supposed to be there already, and
Yeah.
they only got one playoff victory, one playoff series victory,
Hmm.
and it just never worked out, dude. My question is like, is that the biggest disappointment in sports history?
Um, I gotta say it's one of them. Let's just backtrack and do a little bit of history.
Yeah.
So they only played 13 games together. Let's not get it twisted, people. Let's not say they played the full 2-3 years together. Um, let's backtrack. They started off wrong because when Kyrie came to the Nets, he came to the Nets because he said his dad was a Nets fan. Yada yada yada. KD actually wanted to go to the Knicks, but Kyrie convinced him to come to Brooklyn. So from jump, you already know he really didn't want to be in Brooklyn. He KD, he's a baller. He gonna play wherever he gotta play. But if his heart not really into it, you can kind of see from his mannerisms. he was just there. Like, we gonna do what we do. And then they pull Harden into the mix. Now we know the history of James Harden. When James Harden don't want to be somewhere, he turned into fat James Harden. You know what I mean? Your man get a gut, your man get hurt. All of a sudden, all kinds of issues happen. So that happened, and then Black Lives Matter happened, and then the vaccination happened, and then Kyrie didn't want to play for that, didn't want to play for this, and then had personal issues off the court. Steve Nash was the coach, or he was the face of the organization, but he really wasn't a coach because according to them, they don't need a coach. It was just terrible to begin with. Because, like, to be honest with you, the Nets was actually better, and this is my opinion. And people could, if you go back and look at the trade, those people we traded for, like James Harden and Kyrie and all those people, the Nets were actually a decent team prior to the trade. Like, they literally gutted the whole team. They betted on themselves, and it just didn't materialize, bro. And that's a combination from the players, and that's a combination from management. Management, I don't know what the hell is going on in Brooklyn, but it seems like everybody want to get the fuck out of Brooklyn. You get what I'm saying? Like, Kyrie threatened, and mind you, let's make it clear. Kyrie Irving is box office. Anywhere he plays is must see. Like, you saw what he did what was it, last night on the Mavs? Luka's hurt,
he killed it,
and he balling out. Like, you just insert him in the lineup, and it's like instant offense. Now, the thing now with Kyrie is he's a different kind of cat, man. He's a different kind of. I don't know how to say it. Like, it's not just about basketball with him. It's always some other shit. So that's one thing. I don't know, man. It's disheartening, bro. To be honest with you, like, they can never get it together. The chemistry wasn't right. One thing it did show, though, and you can give me your opinion on this. It did show me that what was created in Miami a couple of years ago with Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and LeBron James shows you that you can't just throw a bunch of superstars together and expect a great outcome. Now, that Miami team was scrutinized. LeBron was hated, villainized. This is before LeBron won all the championships. Before congratulations to LeBron, all-time scoring leader. Before he was all of that, and he put up all these accolades, and then went back to Cleveland and won in Cleveland, and currently in the Lakers and won in the Lakers in the bubble. But that team, they said it was a failure. Think about it: 4 years, 2 championships.
Yeah.
Kyrie, Harden, KD, 4 years, 1 playoff win. So it goes to show you can't just throw a bunch of guys together and expect to win. They look good on paper. They look great on paper. And I don't feel bad for Ben Simmons. I know there's a lot of memes going around like Ben Simmons is looking like Will Smith in the house with everybody left. But it is what it is. Like, he even trash. I'm surprised they ain't cut bait with him too. Like, Brooklyn, I'm sorry to say we rebuilding. We're gonna be rebuilding for a while. They got a lot of picks. It's gonna be a young team. They gotta rebuild the right way. They can't do the superstar team shit. It's not working. It's a sad day, bro. I don't even know what to say right now. Like, I'm just at a loss for words. I don't know,
bro. It's crazy. Like, let's go back, like you said. Let's go back a couple of years. Yeah. Like, when me as a Knicks fan, I thought we were getting Kyrie and KD, right? I was like, oh, we getting them. Plus, we getting Zion, and then when we didn't get nobody, I was just like, damn, Brooklyn's gonna win at least 2 championships, man. Like, there's no way you could have like the 2 top 5 players in that time, at their positions, like, playing, and not expect at least 1 championship. So that shows you the level of commitment and, like you said, chemistry to get a championship, bro. Because, like, just to compare them to the Heatles, a lot of people gave the Heat a lot of shit, man, for not winning as much as they did. They did win, and a lot of people were giving them bullshit because they didn't win 5, they didn't win 6, and they
did it to themselves when they did that whole WWE spectacular shit they had going on.
But what can you do? It was a fucking stadium full of people. Like, what are you supposed to say? So you gotta rip the promo. You gotta go ahead and give them that WWE promo.
Yeah.
But Brooklyn. I'm not sad for Brooklyn, to be honest with you, because it feels like they tried doing this. Like this is the third time that they tried.
Yeah,
They
because they
tried
did it
to,
with Deron Williams,
yeah, they did it with Paul
old ass Paul
Pierce
Pierce, Kevin
and Kevin
Garnett.
Garnett. Like they always trying to hit like that fast switch and be like,
Hmm.
okay, we're gonna take over New
Remember
York.
Vince
And
Carter, Jason Kidd? Remember that?
yeah, and I mean,
Kerry
and those
Kittles.
teams at least went to the finals.
Yeah, they were
You know,
competitive.
so and that's the crazy part. Like you had two great players, and then Harden. Harden wasn't what he was, but
Hmm.
still, you got three All Stars on the team, and you only won one playoff round. Like
Hmm.
to me, if that ain't one of the biggest disappointment in sports history, I would say I the only thing I could think of, man, is like the Buffalo Bills of the '90s, who always got to the Super Bowl and lost.
No. Remember that Laker team with Karl Malone, Kobe? They had
Yes,
literally every
right. But
every
everybody was
Hall of
old,
Famer.
man. Those
Yeah,
dudes were old.
but Gary Payton, but they was
Yeah,
expected to win.
yeah, they were.
Cause that was right after Gary Payton literally just won a championship
Yeah,
with Dwayne Wade and
yeah.
Shaq over in
and
Miami.
and everybody was thinking like they had the recipe to beat the Pistons and all this other shit.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's another team. But man, what a disappointment, bro. I could
Yeah.
tell you right now, just looking at the Nets. Well, the Nets are actually beating the Bulls right now. They got a lot of young players. They got a
They
lot
do.
of young dudes, man. So it's not like they're gonna be a shitty team. I don't think they're gonna be a shitty team. I
They're gonna
think they're
drop
gonna.
in the standings. They're not gonna
Yeah,
stay in fourth place.
yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah, yeah.
gonna tumble.
Yeah, but they're gonna. I think they'll still be a playing team. Like I don't think they're not gonna be
Yeah.
a playing team. And then next year, I think they're gonna be a solid team. Like they're gonna be like a 7 seed, eight
Hmm.
seed, 6 seed, and all those picks they got. Shit, like there were so many picks thrown out today. Like I didn't even know the Knicks and all these teams had 5 second rounds and 4 second
Yeah, there
rounds,
was
and
like 4 second round picks for who was it? For
I'm like,
Gary
what the
Payton the
fuck?
second.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm
Where
like,
all
where
these picks come
everybody get?
from? How many
Yeah, I'm
picks you
like,
get in one round? I thought you only get
right.
one.
I'm
Like,
like, what is going on? Like everybody's just like, give me a second pick. Yeah, I'll give you five. Go ahead, take them. So
yeah.
I mean, the Nets hopefully could rebuild, but it is rebuild season. I want you guys to
Hmm.
know in the Barclay, those tickets should drop tremendously.
Yo, you know what's crazy? It's funny you say that, right? So me and my brother, we got tickets to go to the Heat game, the Heat Nets game on Wednesday, right? Which is the
Okay.
15th. We're like, who the fuck are we watching the play now? Anybody there? Yo, shit, what we playing? We getting on the
Yeah,
court? Like,
yeah,
bro, it's nobody there. So we was talking, and mind you, my brother paid a hefty price because we got some
yeah,
good seats. Like we're like no, we don't want to say courtside, but we right there. So it's like, and that was at the time when Brooklyn was on a winning streak. Katie and Kyrie was balling out. It was looking promising. The prices started going up. Now you trade away the whole fucking team. It's like you giving away these tickets like they used to give. And no offense, they used to give away free Nick tickets back in the day. You worked
yeah,
at the Dwayne Reed or Rite Aid,
yeah,
and they'd be like, "Yo, here, you want to go see the Knicks tonight? Here you go, free tickets." Like
yeah.
literally, they need to do that at the Barclay right now.
I think they're probably going to be giving tickets away with a free red card from Target across the street.
Exactly. A stop and shop card or some shit right across the
Yo,
street.
this shit is crazy, man. And what's crazy too is that for all the shit that people talk about, like like the Barclays
Yo,
already, like I want to see how much those tickets are, man. Like those tickets
yeah,
got to be dirt cheap now. They have
they
to be.
they should they should be. I didn't check. You know what? We're gonna check today. We're gonna check. We're
And
gonna
the
take
crazy part,
5 seconds to check.
and the crazy part, bro, was
Hmm.
we was just talking about it. I think like 2 3 weeks ago. We were like the Nets
Hmm.
is looking good. They making a
Hmm.
push. So it's crazy how shit turns around, bro. In like 3 weeks, I feel it. Well, I woke up this
Not even
morning and
three
I was
weeks.
like,
Let's just say 24 hours.
yeah,
Literally.
bro. I fell asleep, woke up, and I was like, what the fuck? Like I
And I
said,
sent you
Katie
some
went to the
messages.
sun. Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell? I'm like, this shit. I'm like, I fell asleep and fucking people got traded at 1 a.m.
Hmm.
So it's crazy, man. It's sports, but I feel bad for you guys in Brooklyn. It's not going to be champagnes and banners
Nah,
happening no time soon
no.
at the Barclay.
Oh,
Um,
and y'all played the Nets on Monday.
where at Barclay?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. About to see how
Hmm.
cheap these tickets go be. Well, then again, you guys, congratulations to you guys. You guys got Josh Hart. You guys became a little
Yeah,
bit better. a little more entertaining.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
not to
so
piss you off, Sean, but on SeatGeek right now,
yeah.
courtside tickets for the Heat and
Please don't tell me that.
Heat and the Nets, $165.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm about to be sitting. Jay-Z not even gonna be there. Fuck.
Jay-Z like, I ain't coming to this
Nah.
bullshit.
Nah, ain't nobody gonna be there. I'm gonna be sitting next to Mr. Commodore and them Instagram niggas.
You might sit next to somebody who look like Jay-Z's bum ass
Yeah.
His
But
it ain't Jay-Z.
Yeah. It ain't gonna be Jay-Z. Yeah.
No, man.
But speaking about trades, man, let's talk about the West. So
yes.
Can we blame Ja Morant for the West being stacked? Because he was talking so much shit.
I'll tell you this much: that shit is got the East.
It's beyond stacked,
bro. The East only has 2 teams now. That's it. It's between Boston and Milwaukee. That's it.
That's it.
The West, I'm like, God damn, like we're gonna get into this, like Kyrie with the Mavs, bro. Like this guy looked like for his first game, he looked amazing. Like I was just
Luka.
like, yeah,
Without
I'm like, God damn, this dude is a fucking walking bucket.
You saw that layup, that little.
Yeah,
come on, man.
I said, damn, man. So, which trade was like? What trade you think was the best one out of like all the ones you heard?
I gotta say
and are you surprised that the Heat didn't do nothing?
I'm not. Actually, I'm not. You know why?
Okay.
Because what teams wanted, the Heat wasn't giving up. They're not giving up. They say literally, you can have anybody but these players. You can't have Jimmy, you can't have Bam, and you can't have Tyler. You can have anybody else. You could take Kyle Lowry because Kyle Lowry ain't doing shit right now. But everybody else you cannot touch. Those guys you cannot touch. And every deal, I was like, oh, can we get Bam? Can we get this person? No, we're not gutting our team. We rather wait it out because the Heat got a decent team. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm a Heat fan. We're not a championship team. We're not winning a chip this year. If we win a chip, I'll be surprised.
Yeah,
I see them getting Westbrook because he's gonna get bought out. I see him coming to Miami. You know, like I see little pieces here and there. They wanted Jay Crowder, but Phoenix wanted a crazy amount of shit for Jay. You saw what Boston gave up for Jay Crowder to Brooklyn. Like
it's fucking nuts.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like we want him, but we ain't want him that bad. Like I don't think Jay Crowder is that good. He was that good a couple of years ago. But the man hasn't played all year. So you don't even know what you're getting. You think you're getting the same Jay Crowder that won with who did he win with? He won a championship with. Was it he didn't win a championship. All right. He was on Phoenix. He was really good on Phoenix.
Boston. They didn't play with Boston.
He was with Miami too.
Okay.
When they went to the finals, but we didn't win with him. And then the next year we got PJ Tucker. But anyway, neither here nor there.
Yeah.
The biggest shock to me had to be that Kevin Durant. I did not see that shit coming. No. I thought him and Brooklyn was gonna work something out. They was gonna say, you know what, let's, in the words of Russ, let's ride. Give me some people, we make it happen. Yeah. But when I got that, and mind you, my brother called me at 1:00 in the morning. I thought it was an emergency or something. And normally at night I have my phone on silent because I don't want to be disturbed that night. But when I looked over, I said, oh shit, he called me. But then before I even saw him, I was getting mad messages from people, and they said KD got traded. I'm like, KD got traded?
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, where the fuck he got traded to? Then I saw Phoenix. That came from out of nowhere. Yeah. They wasn't talking about that shit, nothing. So when I saw that trade, I was like, wow, that supersede the Kyrie trade. Now, let's be clear. Kyrie, the only reason he got traded is because the man wanted his extension. He didn't want to wait. He said, yo, listen, I'm tired of y'all trying to play me. And he even said it in his interview. After he left, he was disrespected in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Like they fucked Kyrie over. Don't get me wrong. Some of it was deserved because Kyrie was doing, like I told you, some bullshit.
He was doing too much, yeah.
He was doing too much. He wasn't showing up for work. He was having all types of reasons why he wasn't showing up for work. But when he showed up, he balled out. But Brooklyn had the right to say, you know what, fuck it. We good. We going to cut bait, gone. Now, knowing they did that, you knew KD was going to want to go one way or another, even though he's still under contract for the next 3 years. Now, when KD got traded, I was like, the Phoenix, I'm like, yo, that's a championship team. Yeah. Like, instantly. Like, when Kyrie got traded, I was like, they're going to probably make the Western Conference Final. Yeah. But I heard KD. Mind you, and Phoenix didn't give up none of their core. They still got D-Book. You still got CP3, which is the point guard. You still got Ayton. Like, you gave up a couple of wings where Fuck the wings. You got KD.
Right. You're gonna
Like,
get a couple of people in the bought out area too,
bro,
so.
and you got a good ass coach. Come on,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
If they don't make the finals, at least it's a failure.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they gotta win it all because chemistry and shit, and it's the first year, and they don't have that much games together between now and the playoffs. But it's like you got to make the finals. You have to.
Yeah, man. KD, all he literally has to do is be KD. Like that's it. Like it's literally like how he went to Golden State. It's like boop, put him in there, let him drop his 30 to 35. Everybody do everything else, and they're gonna easily win it, man. Like when I told you when I saw the news this morning, I'm like, what? I was like, didn't they just say like KD was okay with the moves and like it was? And then when I saw the Kyrie post was it the interview that he had?
Yeah,
he was basically saying like, I'm glad that he's out of there. So I don't know what's been going on with Nets management, and I don't know how they're treating their players, but that's gonna affect, I think, free agency for them later down the road because people are gonna see that. They're gonna say you had 2-3 All-Stars, 4 All-Stars with Ben Simmons, and you guys are treating them a certain way because they want to be out of here. Now, don't get me wrong, like you said, like he wanted a new contract, Kyrie, and should he have gotten a max deal? No, I think he should get close to it with like stipulations or something in the contract.
That's the thing. He don't want stipulations.
I know.
He want it like everybody else.
Yeah, and I get it, but dude, that dude is a walking like controversial bomb, bro. Like, and like even, and I know the media picks at him too because the media like wants him to go off, right? Because I saw this when his press conference when he first got to Dallas. They're asking him about the anti-Semitic shit again, and I'm like, bro, like that shit happened. Let that shit
go, yeah.
Like, why are we bringing it up again? And it's like, okay, we get it. He's in a new market, but that doesn't mean you bring up that it's already done. Like,
it's like a bad relationship,
bro.
Yo, I cheated, but you still with me, like, well,
yeah.
I thought we.
And that's good because my spicy 30s is around there, so that's
good. Get into
that.
That's
good. So yeah, man, it's like I don't get it, man. I mean, like I said, KD and the Phoenix Suns, clear favorites to come out the West. Mavs look really good. I'm interested to see Luka and Kyrie play. I know Kyrie don't need a lot of people saying Kyrie need the ball, but when he played with LeBron, like he didn't really have the ball like that. LeBron was the point guard. So I'm really interested in seeing that, man. Denver, I still think Denver is pretty good. You got the Grizzlies who are okay. And then it's just stacked, bro. The East is
Pelicans
gonna be,
when Zion ever comes back.
Yeah. And then the East, I just think it's gonna be like everybody's just gonna wait for Boston or Milwaukee.
Literally. And the only way either one of them gonna get dethroned before the Eastern Conference Finals if somebody gets hurt. It's a major injury somewhere, somehow. Now, I wanted to ask you a question. So, I want to make a statement, then I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
So the statement I want to make, this is the first time, and we might get the best version of KD we ever got, that he actually played with a true point guard. Because remember, Steph Curry, he's a scorer. He's not a true point guard. Russell Westbrook, he's a scorer. He wasn't a true point guard. Kyrie, Harden, whoever was the point guard at that time in Brooklyn, wasn't a true point guard. They were scorers. So literally, all he got to do is find his space and bang. That's it. He ain't got to worry about nothing. He ain't got to worry about being a man. He ain't got to worry about being a leader. Nope. Bro, just show up and ball out. You're going to get the best version of KD. And it goes to show you that Brooklyn really fucked with KD because they actually sent him to a place where he wanted to go versus Kyrie. They was like, oh, you want to go back to LeBron? You thought we was feeling you? Nah, nigga, you a munch. You going over here. You going over here. Someone send your ass to Dallas. That's one thing. Now, the question I want to ask you, because we always ask this question with LeBron, and I feel like KD needs the same energy. Yeah. Does this taint KD's legacy? Because, my man hop on more teams than I can't even count. I think he on more teams than LeBron now.
Yeah. He looked like Drake when Drake be like riding all these other different artists, bro. Like he trying to jump on somebody trying to jump on Drake's album or trying to get Drake to get on their record.
What a feature.
Yeah. I think it's gonna taint it a little bit, man, because it's like when the going gets tough, he wants to be out. Like he don't want to deal with the bullshit. He don't want to deal with being the man. And it's like, come on, man. Like you're gonna be a great player. Like everybody's gonna say, KD's a great player.
Hmm.
KD is like a phenomenal scorer, but as a guy who led a team, no, because where did he lead a team? Not Golden State. It won't be Phoenix.
Oh, and then damn sure was in Brooklyn
No, he led them to
to the
the A
lottery,
train. Yeah, led
to the
them to the
NBA
A
lottery.
train. So yeah, man, that's my thing. Segue into something real quick, man.
Hmm.
So LeBron passes Kurt. He passed. He's the all-time leading scorer.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm gonna keep it short and simple with the question, man. Do you think he is the? So he got the stats that show that says that he's
Yeah,
the all-time
the
leading
numbers
scorer,
don't lie. The numbers are
right?
numbers.
So do you think that you know, if Jordan played that long, would Jordan have passed him and all this other stuff? Now, do you think he is the leading, like he deserves it, or was it because he played long enough to catch Kareem?
So, so let's be real. And I had this conversation with one of my friends, which is a huge LeBron fan. Like they was going back and forth, and I was literally pointing out stats. LeBron even said it himself. LeBron is not a scorer. He never intended to be a scorer. He always wanted to be a facilitator. Scoring was second nature to him. So the reason why he has a scoring title, let's be real, we got to count the playoff games. We got to count the number of years of service. And shout out to LeBron. He spends a lot of money taking care of his body, like lots of money. I'm talking about, I heard it's about $1 to $2 million
Yeah,
a
it's
year he
insane.
spends
It's insane.
just to take care of his body. So he keeps himself in shape. He keeps himself healthy. But if it wasn't for longevity that long, that's the only reason he really has his record. Now, if it was Kobe or Jordan playing at that level for that long straight through, LeBron would have never got that record. They would have got
Yeah,
that record way before them. Because Jordan, we know Jordan is to me, and this
yeah,
is my opinion, the best scorer all time. Period. I don't give a fuck what his numbers are. Jordan could give you 40 any given time.
yeah.
He was lethal. He's a closer. He's a person that people fear. Nobody fears LeBron. Oh, LeBron, you want to shoot that three? Go ahead. It's a 50-50
Yeah,
chance you're going to make that shit. Go ahead. The only thing they fear LeBron is when he drive into the hole. When he
yeah.
drive into the hole, that's the only time they fear LeBron. But Jordan, you fear Jordan from anywhere. You know what I mean? They called him Air Jordan for a reason. Like,
Oh
your,
yeah.
your man would do floating fadeaways and bang all day long. So I feel like Jordan would have surpassed that if he didn't want to go play baseball and he didn't take a year off and he ain't dealt with all the shit that he was dealing with off the court. If he would have played straight, yeah,
Yeah,
he would have had that record.
I think if the NBA didn't tell Jordan to leave for a couple of years because of that gambling shit he had going on,
Yeah.
I think he would have been close or he would have broke it. I mean, LeBron, I'll give him his props. Like he is one of the
Mhm.
best, right?
Yeah.
Arguably the best. And he's done it for such a long period of time. It's like Tom Brady. Like we had that discussion a couple of weeks ago. Is he
Hmm.
the best or did he just do it long enough so that
Yeah.
other people can't catch it?
Yeah.
So you have two athletes who both spend a lot of money on their body, who take care of their body, who make sure they have the right system around them.
Hmm.
And they've done it for such a long period of time. So that is greatness in some
No, they're
fashion,
great.
you
They're
know?
great, but you got to look at it like this too. When it comes to LeBron and Jordan, two different eras, bro.
Oh
The
yeah.
era Jordan played in, they were physical as fuck back then. LeBron ain't playing a physical era. All that physicality shit went out the door when he first came in. So
Yeah.
if they was still that physical, I don't think he would have lasted that long. I don't give a shit what he put in his body, all that wear and tear and them hard fouls and all this. Nah, bro. Because trust me, they used to foul back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Like we talking about a foul. No, they doing street ball fouls. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's a foul. What you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Play ball. You know
Right.
what I mean?
It's like jail.
Check
It's
up,
almost
nigga.
like jail.
Check up,
Yeah.
nigga.
Yeah.
Pass
It's
the
like
ball.
street
Check up.
ball.
Stop being a bitch. You believe it? All right, it ain't a
Yeah.
foul. Let's go.
Yep. Yep. So, that's the NBA, man. That's what, it was a wild day or two that
Yeah.
that we had wanted to touch it and talk about.
Hmm.
Now let's put the cherry on top of this Sunday of sports and let's talk about
Yeah.
this Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Fly, Eagles, fly, or die,
All
Eagles,
day.
fly. What are we doing? What's the score? What do you think the Eagles have to do to win?
So I would say, I think we spoke about this, and when I gave you the score, you were like, "No way." So a lot of analysis, you hear it's going to be a high scoring game. Some of them are more realistic. I feel like it's going to be a low scoring game. That's just me. I don't see Patrick Mahomes putting up those numbers that he, normally will put up without Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill made a huge difference. Not only don't you have Tyreek Hill, you don't have McCole Hardman. So you really don't have a deep threat. What, you gonna Kadarius Toney? Kadarius Toney gonna run 2 steps and pull his hamstring. Let's be real. That's why he ain't on the New York Giants right now. Honestly. And it's so much you could do with Travis Kelce. At a certain point, it's come on, bro. He only one person. And then I heard they brought back CEH. Oh, we would love CEH. He's a fumble machine. Go ahead, give it to him. You know, I feel like the only way KC has a chance, they have to run the ball. And it's hard to run the ball against that defensive four that the Eagles got. They have to run the ball. So Isaiah Pacheco really have to ball out. You know what I'm saying? Him and what's his name? McKinnon. They gotta ball out. The Eagles, they gotta do the same. They gotta run the ball and they can't be afraid of Mahomes. Pressure that motherfucker. He has a high ankle sprain. He is not healthy. I don't give a shit what anybody say. Oh, he feels a lot better. Yeah, because you don't got nobody pressuring you. You don't got nobody chasing you down. You know what I mean? Like it's different. Practice is practice. You know, right. we heard the infamous Allen Iverson. We talking about practice.
Practice.
So what he do in practice don't mean shit when he get on that field. Because once he take that one hit, we saw what happened to Purdy. They take that one hit, he be done and over with. But I feel like it's going to be a close game. You know, I got the Eagles. I feel like the Eagles going to win by like between 7 and 10 points. I feel like it's going to be like Kansas City going to have 14. The Eagles going to have like 24 or 21. It's going to be there. It's going to be a nail biter. I feel like Jalen Hurts is going to bowl out. He's going to play well. I feel like the MVP of the game is going to be AJ Brown. I feel like he's going to go off. He's about due. He hasn't gone off the whole entire playoffs. Devonta Smith been going off, but I feel like AJ's really he's gonna be physical. And then you got those rookie corners. They're gonna eat him up, bro. They're gonna eat him up. And Chris Johnson, good luck trying to chase Jalen Hurts. Good luck, because Nick Bosa couldn't do it. You saw what that offensive line did to Bosa. They pancaked his ass. You know, so it's gonna be a good game overall. I just hope everybody remains healthy and the Eagles are able to play straight out and just like the Kansas City, because I don't want to hear no excuses after this game. Win or lose, I want to hear like, you know what? They had everybody, they won. They had everybody, they lost. I don't want to hear, well, you know, Patrick Mahomes was 100%. The Eagles would have never won. You know, like, and that's what we hear from these bitch ass 49ers fans. Oh, if we would have just had a serviceable quarterback, it would have been a different outcome. Unless you got fucking Tom Brady playing, it ain't happening. It is, and even with Tom Brady, it's not happening. I'm not even talking about Bucks Tom Brady. I'm talking about Patriots Tom Brady, like a young Brady. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't got somebody in the pocket that could get rid of that rock quick, it wasn't gonna happen. And I'll get into that later on because we're gonna talk about asshole of the week. Yeah. And man,
got somebody, I guess. Okay.
I got a whole fucking fan base. I'm gonna go in, but go ahead. But yeah, man, the Eagles gonna win, man.
Of course.
We gotta finish it off.
Yeah, that's it, man. I mean, that's the last piece for you guys. I'm going for the Chiefs. I'm not going for the Eagles. Mm-hmm. I mean, I do think the Eagles it's gonna be a close game, like you said. For some reason, I think it's gonna be high scoring. Mm-hmm. But I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to go to the fourth quarter. I don't think like it's going to be like, oh, field goal wins, but I think it's going to be close all the way up to the fourth quarter. Okay. And then once we get to the fourth quarter, somebody's going to pull away and it's going to get ridiculous. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just very excited for the Rihanna halftime show.
Like everybody else? Yeah, I want to know who she's going to bring out. I just want to know.
That's it. Right? That's it. That's all I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that, the commercials. Yeah, I mean, but I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs probably win by like 7, the most. Okay.
What score you got?
Man, I think it's gonna be like 38-31.
Damn, that's a high score, bro.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be.
The Eagles haven't given up more than 7 points each game the whole playoffs, so they automatically gonna give up 30 points. That's wild.
Andy Reid, man, and he's a genius. So
he's a genius, but you gotta have players. You gotta have talent, boy. You cannot just count Mahomes. Let's be real. And this is what scares me about the Eagles. They're talented straight through. It's like offense, defense. It's just pure talent. The thing I like about the Eagles, they're not cocky. They're like, we're gonna work hard, we're gonna do what we gotta do, and we're gonna ball out.
What?
Now, let me ask you this. Listen, they're not cocky, bro. We're not cocky.
Okay.
Listen, they're confident. It's a difference. We're not
Okay.
cocky, we're confident. So let me
Okay.
ask you a question, right? Hypothetically speaking, because I see this scenario playing out. Would you be disappointed if this Eagle Chiefs game turned out to be that Denver Bronco Seattle game from a couple of years ago?
No.
The Eagles literally blow them out.
Yeah, Allen
7
would.
to like 41 or some shit.
Nah. To me,
You
that
wouldn't
that
feel
you
like,
do.
yo,
No, I'll just be like, it validates. It validates what I was thinking the whole time was that it was
mhm.
only about 3 teams that was probably better than the Cowboys, and the Eagles was
Yeah.
one of them. So
Who's the other two?
that I think the other two that was probably better than the Cowboys was I think Buffalo.
Chiefs and
I
the
think
Bills?
Buffalo. Yeah. I
Mhm.
think the Bills and I think the Bengals. But we beat the Bengals, but I think they were the only 2 teams that I was pretty scared about. But I wasn't really scared about nobody in the NFC. If they blow them out, it won't be a surprise.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's be real, because nobody wants to talk about this. If it wasn't for that bonehead play that the Bengals defensive player made on Patrick Mahomes, they wouldn't be here, bro. They wouldn't be here. The Bengals had that game. The Bengals are supposed to be playing the Eagles right now. The Bengals are the better team. Let's keep it.
Yeah,
funky.
Bengals have a
The
better
Chiefs
team.
got lucky.
Yeah.
They are a way
Bengals
better
do.
team. The Chiefs got lucky. The luck was on their side. Luck can only get you so far. Luck is not going to win you a Super Bowl. Well, then again, it did for the Giants. That lucky ass catch they
Twice.
had twice. So this ain't the New York Giants. So I don't see it happening. I feel like not only do the Eagles have to win, but they have to dominate. Because if they don't dominate, it's going to be like, oh, they got lucky. It's going to be some excuse. It's going to be some asterisk or some bullshit that's going to discredit how great this team has been all year. And I'm not just saying this because I'm an Eagles fan. You've seen it for yourself. They play the Cowboys well, and both quarterbacks. They play Cooper Rush well, and they play Dak well. Regardless of what the score was, that team played you tough. Yeah, they lost to the Washington Commanders or whatever, but you got to look at it like this. That's a rival. They play you. They know you. When you play a team that you never played before, they don't know your tendencies. And all the video in the world you can look at is still not going to make you get into that mode to stop them or stop what they're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's Jalen Hurts' time, man. Like the world need to recognize that he's a really good quarterback. Not only he's a good person, because I've heard it from Cowboy fans throughout whatever. It's hard to hate this guy. It's hard to hate him. Like his character and the way he carry himself, he's not in no scandal. He's not.
No, he's a good dude.
Good dude. He say the right things. You know what I mean? He don't come off as an asshole. He comes off genuine. It's like it's hard to hate this guy. Like you want to see him win, even if this is his only Super Bowl. He got to get one. This is the one. Mahomes can win next year. We know next year 49ers are coming with a vengeance. And I'm saying this to any 49er fans listening. If y'all don't come out and win 16 games next year, or y'all go crazy next year, I don't want to hear shit. Because the way I was talking, like, oh, y'all was the best team, and Christian McCaffrey came out and said, I hope both teams lose. Like, yo, bro, they sound like some real sour motherfuckers, son. I've never heard of a team, but we'll get into that afterwards. Yeah, carry on.
So, that's gonna wrap up our sports portion.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You know,
I was rambling.
so no, you're good. You're good. That's the passion. That's the passion. So it's gonna bring us into our spicy 30 this week, which is brought to you by the letter G for me, Gabe. So I'm gonna be bringing you the spicy. I'm gonna be bringing that to you this week. We're gonna be doing it. So let's see.
All right,
man. So my topic is, what's love got to do with it? Okay. So me watching TV and listening and watching social media and stuff like that. You're probably familiar. Are you familiar with Blueface and Krayshawn Rock?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That tragedy over there.
Yeah. So every time I look at my Twitter or something, it's always something with them in it, right? And bro, that's a pretty toxic as toxic can be when it comes to a relationship, right? They
Mm-hmm.
curse each other out, they fist fight. He's punching he's punching the dad out. She's fucking mad
Mm-hmm.
dudes. She's fucking mad bitches. It's just a crazy mess, right? This dude
Yeah.
used to be like he was a hip hop artist, and then now he's like a
He was a one
reality
hit wonder.
star.
I think he had like
Yeah,
one song. I don't even know what the one song
yeah.
is, but
And then he started. Then he started like having mad girls, and he was trying to do like porn and stuff like that, and
yeah.
it got pretty wild and crazy for him.
Yeah.
But me seeing that and me seeing, all the bullshit that they go through and they still with each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Made me think about questions that does that apply to like real life situations? Because they're in a real life situation, but maybe if the cameras weren't around, would they still be doing that, right? So my
Yeah.
question to you, man, is in in the case of that, when people stay in those kind of relationships, is it worth staying in that relationship in the long run, even though you're not happy inside?
So so it's two ways to answer that, right? So we're gonna look at it from the outside because and I think matter of fact, I've been in a relationship like that. So
Yeah,
so we're gonna do an outside perspective and an inside perspective. Obviously, outside it doesn't make sense to be in a relationship like that because it doesn't benefit you, it doesn't benefit the person. In the long run, all you're doing is hurting each other and wasting each other time. To keep it simple. Now on the inside, it's like you think it's love, you're not sure it's love. Sometimes the love get confused with lust. Sometimes the insecurity of the person, they feel like they can't get better, they don't deserve better, so they deal with it and they stay with it. And in the long run, sometimes it turns out well. Sometimes it don't. Sometimes it leads to resentment and you hating that person and you don't want to be bothered with that person. Which majority of the time that's how it ends. Because you got to look at it like this: when you're in a relationship with somebody and they're toxic like that, not only are you taking away from you, but you taking away from them. You get what I'm saying? Like, let's just say, for instance, we have 100% love to give. Let's use that number, 100%. And you in a toxic relationship like that. After you get out of that relationship, that 100% is no longer going to exist. Sometimes you might have less than 50 to give. So that means you shortchanging the next person that you're going to be with, and you're not going to be able to give them 100%. And then you're going to be a little precautious because you're like, well, when I was with such and such, they did something similar to this. So am I in the same type of situation? And sometimes people fall into that trap of dating the same kind of person. So they end up in that same situation over and over again. Like you left this toxic situation and you jump into another one. And you know that saying, the grass is not always greener on the other side. So from looking in, it's like it's not worth it, bro. It's really not, like,
yeah,
and it's a terrible situation. And with them, regardless if the cameras are on or off, I say that's what it is. Because they're and the reason why they're so popular, there's so many people that could familiarize themselves with that situation. They're like, oh, me and my man like that, or me and my girl like that. And it's not just hetero people that act like that. It's a lot of queer and same
yeah.
sex relationship couples act like that. Like, I know a lot of
It's actually worse
gay
when it's
couples. It's worse. It's like, yo, the domestic violence in the gay community is crazy. Like,
yeah,
you talking about woman beating a woman, and at the end of the day, you looking at it from the outside, you're like, oh, it's just two women fighting, so you ain't gonna do nothing. Or there's two men fighting, so you ain't gonna do nothing. But you don't realize that they're in a relationship and they're abusing each other. You need to jump in and stop that. You're like, they'll figure that out. We mind my
yeah,
business for the most part, because that's what we do in New York. We see
yeah.
shit, we look, we like, damn, that's fucked up. We mind our business.
Gotta go.
Now, for those
Gotta
that do
go.
get involved, you gotta go. For those that do get involved, you might make the situation worse, and they might turn around and beat your ass. So
Yeah,
sometimes it's better to mind your business. But
mind your
yeah,
business. Yeah, that's what Ashley said in Fresh Prince. Mind your business. Just
yeah,
mind your business.
she did the twist shit, right? She did the thriller, the
Yeah.
Michael Jackson. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I've been in that kind of situation, bro, where I've been in a relationship and just to be in the relationship, I didn't go nowhere. I
Hmm.
wasn't happy,
Yeah,
and I just fell into a really bad place where
depressed, drained.
depressed, I was stressed, I didn't want to be with that person, but
Hmm.
I felt like they loved me or I
Yeah.
felt like they cared for me, but it was weird because I know it wasn't love, but I
Yeah.
felt like nobody else is showing me that kind of love or that
Hmm.
kind of attention, so I stood there, um, and I think, like you said, they're very popular because people love, and you said this in the past, people love a train wreck. People love to
Hmm.
see people fucking act a fool. People love to see that
Hmm.
shit. And it's sad because I really do think people like that need help. Like they need to
Yeah.
get the right help. Um, there's no way in the world I'm gonna be with somebody who's gonna punch me in my face, curse
Yeah.
me out, spit at me,
Hmm.
um be drunk half the time. Like I can't do that. Like that's too much toxicity. Like you said, it takes a piece of you. Like it takes a fucking, it's like you said, 100%, right? It's like playing a video game.
Hmm.
It's gonna, your life bar is gonna keep going lower and lower, and till
Hmm.
you fucking can't make it no more. And you're
Yeah.
gonna resent the person. You're gonna resent yourself for staying. And then once you get to that next relationship, you're damaged goods.
Mm. So I know you had a question, but I wanted to ask a question on top of this. Now, does some of this stem from them seeing it in their parents growing up, or
I
seeing
mean,
it around them as they were
yeah,
growing up? You know what I mean?
I would say, yeah, that plays a key role in it. I mean, because where do you pick up those behaviors from? It just don't just be like, hey, let me
Hmm.
be this way. Like you had to learn, what was your love language or how to love somebody from
Yeah.
something that you saw or experienced.
True.
And I think, to be honest with you, it happens to a lot of people that grow up in rough neighborhoods. They don't know what love is, bro. They think buying a bag and buying some shoes for somebody, buying a phone, they think that's
Mhm.
love, and it's not.
Yeah, because like, um, and I'll give you a perfect example. So I'm not saying nothing bad about my mother. I would never say nothing bad about my mother. But me growing up, the kind of love my mother showed me was like, oh, let me buy you something. Oh, you want something? Here you go. It was never more like, let me spend time with you, or like, let me get to know you, or hey, how was your day, or talk to me. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of love I show my kids now. I
Mm.
don't get me wrong. I spoil my kids. I get them shit, whatever. But I don't just let it stop at that. Like I talk to them. I'm like, hey, how was your day? Like every day, as soon as they come in from school, hey, how was your day? Tell me about your day. And then they go into telling me however their day was. Or like sometimes they'll just sit with me and they'll just want to talk about random stuff. Or let's just say, for instance, we watching something and they're like, oh, hey, I have a question about this. And we communicate. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? We build a bridge. We build a relationship that you're supposed to build that most people don't, and that stems from their childhood. And sometimes some people don't even know how to break that cycle. You know what I'm saying?
that's for sure. That's for sure. Um, the next question I have, man, is
Hmm.
in relationships, whether it's the male or the female, there's a saying that goes like this: "You pay the cost to be the boss."
Yeah,
What's your stance on that?
you pay the cost to be the boss. So elaborate on that, because when
Yeah.
you say that, I think of Snoop Dogg in the album. So I'm
so
thinking musically.
so basically, like they're basically saying, like, since I pay all the bills, since I take
Hmm.
care of the house, I can
I
go
make the
out
rules.
whenever I want. I make the rules. I can
Mm.
do whatever I want. You can't tell me shit. I'm the one that takes care of everything.
So it's funny you say that because I had this conversation with my lady the other day, and I was like, so if you paid all the bills and whatever, and you wanted to come and go as you please, I shouldn't have no say, right? And she was like, no, shouldn't be like that. You still can have say X amount, whatever, whatever. And then she asked me, what about me? I'm like, honestly, if I'm paying everything, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna have all the say, but if we talking about
Yeah.
and I feel like when people get into those type of relationships, that person that's paying everything is gonna it's gonna become controlling, bro.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna tell you how to dress, where to come, where to go. You know what I mean? Like Like I'm out. What you mean you out? Where you going? Don't worry about where the fuck I'm going, bitch. I see you when I see you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like you can't really say nothing. You become so reliant on them that you don't want to talk out of place, or you know what I'm saying, say the wrong thing and then fuck up your situation. So they just sit there, and that's why those women that like to be taken care of, that's why they get cheated on. That's why they get abused. That's why, and when I mean abuse, I'm not just talking about physical abuse. Abuse is not just physical. It could be mental, it could be emotional, it could be spiritual. You know, that person knows what buttons to push and know what to say and know that at the end of the day, I'm your lifeline. You need me. So if I pay everything, yeah, I'm the boss. I'm the boss. But my outlook on it, and this is me. This is me. If I'm paying everything, yeah, I'm gonna have the final say. I'm gonna include you in the conversation, but I'm gonna have the final say. If you be like, "Oh, you want to go left," and I'm like, "Nah, we going right." But thank you for telling me though. It's good to hear your input, but we're going right. Oh, why we can't go left? Oh, because you don't pay to go left. We pay to go right. You get what I'm saying? And it sounds fucked up, but if you don't want that type of situation, then don't put yourself in that type of situation. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Yeah. That's true. It's true. I personally I've been the breadwinner for a large period of time with me and my wife, but that's not because she doesn't want to work. It's because we got too many goddamn kids and it's just too much going on. But if I was in a situation where like my girlfriend didn't want to work or she was just wanting to stay home, then I'd be like, listen, this is what we're doing. Like we're not playing games. Like don't ask me for certain things. Or don't ask me. I'm not gonna be a dick and be like, "Don't ask me where I'm going," because I'm probably gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm going here, I'm going there." But I just don't see. I don't like I wouldn't want somebody telling me how to spend my money of what I'm bringing in if they're not even trying to contribute in any fashion. Like I'll be like, "Nah, my man. Like you're gonna sit down and ride the bench for a bit. Like, you'll be the last person on the bench, and I'll point at you." And be like, you ready to get in the game?
You be Darko Milicic?
Yeah. But
you going to get this ring, but you going to ride this bench. You ain't going to play.
Yeah. So
wait, let me ask you a question about that. So,
yeah.
Because, most couples that are married, and you probably do the same thing. Y'all have joint accounts.
Yeah.
Now, would you allow her to spend whatever the fuck she want on the account if she not putting nothing in it? Without your consent? Does she have to ask you like, hey, babe, I want to spend $1,000. Is it okay? You just let her spend whatever.
No, I think we both have like an understanding of what's reasonable. So when she does buy stuff, she'll tell me, but it's not to ask me. Like she'll just be like, "Hey, I bought this, and that." I'm like, all right. Like unless I be like, "Yo, don't spend $15 because I only got 14 in the bank. We're about to get this overdraft." Like I'll do that. But I wouldn't be like, "Yo, what are you doing?" Because usually she'll just be like, "Hey, I'm gonna buy this and this for the kids, or I'm buying this and this for the house." I'll be, "Yeah, go ahead, do it. I'm good."
So you saying that if you're the breadwinner 100%, that woman don't have to ask consent for anything. If she want to come and go as she please, she won't be like, "Hey, you watch the kids. I'm going out." Bye.
After a while, it's gonna be a problem. After a while, it's gonna be a problem.
You see where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah. After a while, it'll be a problem. Like I'll be like, "Whoa.
Yeah.
What we doing here?"
I need a break from the kids. See, you take these kids. I'm out. Like,
I'd be like, "I bet." But if this is happening every Friday, Saturday, I'd be like, "Wait a minute, like." Wow, I see what the trend is going. Like every Friday, you leaving me here with the kids. So but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with it because when I go out, I don't want to be asked like 10,000 questions either.
True.
So I try to be fair, I guess. So
makes sense.
So question about hygiene. And not really hygiene, but it plays into it. So let's say you in a relationship with a girlfriend or wife, you live with each other, and do you recommend women and men to wear white underwear? Like meaning like if you were to go into the bathroom or go into the laundry room and pick up your girl's underwear and see like a big ass shit stain in that underwear, is that gonna change your outlook on your wife or girlfriend?
Yeah. Fuck me. Like, yo, it's funny you say that because what were we talking about the other day? We were talking about some shit. And the conversation was something like this, like, yo, if you home all day, do you have to shower? Because I don't know if you heard that story with what's her name? The girl from Wild Out.
Okay.
This was a while ago, and they told her on social media about taking a shower because she was like, well, if I'm home all day and I'm home for a couple of days, what do I need to take a shower for? It's not like I went outside. You see what I'm saying? So that everybody was tearing her up to the point she had to take videos and pictures of her taking the shower because they was like, yo, this bitch dirty.
Yeah.
So now going back to what you said now, if I pick up my girl shit and it's like shit stains in there, I'm like, yo, what happened? You couldn't make it to the toilet. I'm an asshole. Listen. She'll tell you. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, why you smell like this? Like, yo, because mind you, I expect my woman to tell me if I'm stink. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, that's a matter of respect. You gotta respect each other's space and respect each other when it comes to hygiene too. Like we're sharing the same space, so you can't smell funky. I can't smell funky. Don't get me wrong, it happens. It shouldn't be like I'm funky on purpose. I'm sitting here in my filth. I don't plan on taking a shower. I've been home all day, so what's the big deal? You know what I mean? Like it ain't gonna be no shit like that. Like if you coming from outside or you coming from the gym or work or whatever, you stink. Okay, you're gonna go take a shower, so no big deal. But if you got shit stained in your underwear, I'm like, y'all had no toilet paper at the job. Like what the fuck is going on? Like you had an accident? Like, you know me. I make fun. You know what I mean? Like my son, I'll be making fun of him, and then he be making fun of me sometimes because there be sometimes like, and I don't know if this ever happened to you. Like you got to shit and piss at the same time, and you sit down, and let's just say for instance, you don't angle your shit right, and you kind of piss through that little spot under the toilet, and you make a little mess. They be like, "Oh, Dad, you pissed yourself?" I'm like, "No, I ain't pissed my fucking self. I didn't angle my shit, so my shit didn't. You know what I mean?" So I remember one time my son was getting on me. You know what I mean? He was like, "Oh, daddy's a bedwetter." I said, "Ain't no fucking bedwetter. Bed ain't wet. What are you talking?" So it's shit like that. But yeah, you got to tell them about themselves, but you got to do it respectfully. You know what I mean? And you should have that comfortability in your relationship to tell your woman, and your woman should be able to tell you that, hey, you funky, you nasty. Like,
would you break up with somebody because they got shitty drawers?
If it was a constant thing, hell yeah, bro, that's nasty. Cause think about it, you hitting that shit from the back and you getting all types of shit. Like, come on, cause you know pussy be farting. So you get that pussy fart, and then you got that fucking ass smell on your. Nah, bro, I can't do it. I can't do it. And for those that out here eating ass, I don't know how y'all do it. It's not my thing. You know what I mean?
That's just like Russian roulette.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because think about it, your woman don't wanna suck your dick if you don't wipe the tip. Because we all gotta wipe the tip after we pee. Yeah. So you got a little piss on your tip, and she look, come on now, like that's nasty. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I ain't
Would you though?
Ass. Eat ass? Hell no.
No. Oh, I said if your woman was nasty like that consistently, would you break up with her? Yeah, would that be a breaking point?
Yeah. But listen, once maybe I'm like okay. But everybody has an accident.
Because then you're going to be itching after a while. You're going to start smelling. Yeah.
Because then I might smell it, and it may not even be a smell. I might just be in my head, like thinking, like, this bitch smell like shit. Like, yo, you good?
And know it or not, when you have sex with a person, and it could be protected or unprotected, you carry their scent. So think about it. If your partner has a funky scent, you gonna smell funky too. so just think about that. That's gonna be in your pube hairs, your follicles, and all that shit. You gonna be smelling crazy too. So yeah. They gotta wash.
Shout out to the filthy nasties that fuck nasty.
They do. They do. Because according to my man Beef Wellington, and then mind you, this was his real name, Beef Wellington. He said, "Pussy is pussy."
Beef Wellington. Wow, what a name.
He called him Beef. He called him Beef. This was way back in the day when I was like 16 years old. Had this older cat that used to work with me at an amusement park. For those that heard of Fairyland Arcade in Brooklyn, I used to work there by King's Plaza. It's a Petco now. Right next to the Burger King. My man used to be like, "Yo, pussy's pussy. Pussy ain't got a face." And I used to be like, "What?" And now that I get older, I'm like, "Yo, there's really motherfuckers that think like that. They don't care." And it could be a fake pussy. It could be one of those people that have a transition, those pronoun pussy. People. Those pronoun people, you know what I mean? Yeah. The pussy was artificially made. And they still get up in it, you know what I mean? Pussy.
I guess. So my last question is, man. Yeah. And this goes because I have this barbershop talk and stuff, and I hear people talking and stuff like that. So it's always when you get a new girlfriend or you start a new family, and your family and friends are like, "Yo, you acting mad different, bro. Like, yo, you don't be coming around. Like, you don't be showing no love no more." Or your family be like, "Oh, now that you got your own, like, what? Now you can't." So my question is, do your friends and family have your best interest in mind, or they are just jealous of what you have with your partner.
So I could go either way. Sometimes some people are jealous because their situation is not happy go lucky, is not fresh, is not new, or they don't have a situation. So they could be jealous on that point. And then sometimes they could just have your best interest at heart. Like perfect example, we talking about Blueface and Krishan. Like they could just see that person is just not good for you, and they changing you for the worst, and they don't want to see you with that person. Like I've had conversations plenty of time with people, and then they get into a relationship with somebody, and I'm like, yo, I don't know, I don't know.
Yeah.
That don't seem like the type of person you would normally date. But I hear you complaining about them. You seem unhappy. You seem uneasy. Like you said, you're distant. You don't talk no more. Like I understand when people get into a relationship, they take time away. They it's really no free time. Let's be real. It's really no free time. So all that free time that you had is taken up with a person. Now, here's the thing though. While you in that relationship, you shouldn't forget about your people. You always got to check in, see how they doing, and they should check in on you as well. It goes both ways. You know what I mean? Like, there's no excuse to be a shitty friend. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying you gotta speak to that person every single day, but like once in a blue, throw a text. You know what I mean? A phone call. Send a funny meme on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or whatever. You know what I mean? Just to say what's up. Yo, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? But it goes both ways. Like I said, sometimes they have your interest at heart, and then sometimes they just hating, bro.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree, man. There's times where your friends, or mainly your friends, like they just be like,
Yeah,
"Oh, you used to come to the club, or you used to drink, or why you don't? What your man don't let you drink, or your girl don't let you drink?" And it's like,
yeah,
no, like it's not that. You got to defend yourself, defend your girl.
yeah,
There's times like even your family, like they be like, "Oh, she's no good, she's no that, and he's no good, he's no that," and you're like, "Y'all don't know this person the way I know them, like behind closed doors. It might be a different
yeah.
story." I mean, I've been on both sides of it. I've been the person
Hmm.
that's told people like, "Yo, this ain't no good for you," and then I've been the person that they told me like, "Yo, you need to. Why you ain't hanging out with us no more?" And
Yeah,
why all your time is devoted to this one person. So I will say this: whether you with any new relationship, people get infatuated quick. So it's like when you meet that person and it's new, oh, forget it. Like you spending
yeah.
every day,
Of
every minute,
course.
and you're just like you don't think of anything else. So yeah, people do it regardless.
Yeah, and not to sound funny when I say this, but the best pussy is new pussy. You don't know.
New car smell. It's a new
It's the
car smell.
curious. Yeah, yeah. I ain't run up in that yet. Let me see what this is about. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, but I like my
Unreliable is good too.
my
Yeah,
yeah
yeah,
yeah
yeah,
yeah I like my
yeah.
overall. I like it. I like
Yeah.
it.
We like unreliable, but
Yeah, yeah,
that new car smell, you know what I mean? That new Benzo, that new Tesla,
yeah,
that new Audi, whatever you like.
yeah,
Maybach, whatever it
yeah,
is. There's nothing wrong with that. But
yeah,
yeah,
man.
man.
So that wraps up my spicy 30
That was a good one,
for
man.
this episode, man.
That was
Yep,
a good
I
one, man.
try to participate in it. I had a couple ideas in my head.
Oh,
Um
and Blueface, that song was called Tatiana. So I don't know if Krishan is the
uh
Tatiana, but whatever. That was the song that
well,
he was known for.
Jesus
That's yeah.
Christ. So yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead. I know you've been itching for this asshole of the week, so I'm gonna throw it
Yeah.
to you for the asshole of the week.
You got that shotgun ready? Ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen,
man.
asshole of the week.
Yeah. Boy,
You got it?
oh boy, hold up. I gotta clean. I'm cleaning it
You,
up.
you got to clean it. Ladies and gentlemen, my asshole of the week goes to the fan base of the 49ers and the 49ers team, players, organization, all of it. Now, I'm not a hater, right? Now, if a team, and the reason why I'm giving them asshole of the week because the Eagles played them 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, people, 2 weeks ago, literally almost 2 weeks ago. Let's just say this Sunday makes it 2 weeks ago. Your team lost. However, they lost. You didn't have a quarterback. You didn't have this. You didn't have that. It's football, right? Now, the reason why I'm calling them assholes because not only are the fan base delusional and assholes in themselves, they want to blame everybody else except for the team. You want to be mad at the Eagles for knocking out your quarterbacks? No, be mad at your offensive line for not blocking for the quarterback. All right. Be mad. And then now they talking about the NFL should institute an emergency quarterback rule. Bro, the only reason you saying that because both your quarterbacks got knocked out. The NFL gives you an extra roster position that you could have had another quarterback. right? So that's one thing. Y'all don't want to take accountability for what y'all did. And then on top of that, your defense didn't show up. Your defense, they held the Eagles, but then they didn't play discipline. They gave the Eagles extra yardage and extra opportunities to score points, and that's why the game was the game. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say the Eagles dominated them because they did not. The Eagles played a subpar game, but it was expected because we were playing, quote unquote, the number one defense. And when you play the number one defense, nobody's expecting to put up huge numbers against the number one defense. Now, the number one defense did not play like the number one defense. They played undisciplined. They did all types of, dirty playing, and you could testify to that. When they played the Cowboys, they played dirty.
Yeah.
And like I was saying last week, y'all should have lost to the Cowboys. If Dak Prescott was just halfway decent, or you know what? I know you don't want to hear this, but if you would have had Cooper Rush in, it would have been a different situation. Because Cooper Rush would have got you to the NFC Championship game. Let's be real. What a rush. Would have got you there because he kept you in it all season long. So we got to commend him. If you want to, you could give Cooper Rush some flowers this week. But I got to give it to that fan base. And then the players, bro, the players are so salty. Brandon Ayuk came out talking about, I'll bet anything. I'll bet my house, cash money that the Eagles are going to lose. We had a game plan, even Debo. And I got to give it to Debo. Debo didn't go too hard. Debo was like, yo, we had a game plan. It would have been a different outcome. Mind you, he said a different outcome. Not saying that they would have won, but they never would have lost by 31-7. I think it's that whole 31-7 shit that really fucks with them. Debo gave a shout out to AJ Brown because him and AJ Brown is boys. He said, yo, he wanted to see his boy win and see his boy shine. And, he wanted his boy to show out that the Titans made a mistake when they made that trade to the Eagles, which shout out to the Titans. We appreciate that. But somebody like CMC want to come out and say, I hope both teams lose. Nick Bosa was like, oh, I'm not even watching it. It's not fair. Like, bro, it's a lot of crying, bro. I've never seen a team cry so much. It's to the point it's embarrassing. If I'm a 49ers fan, I'm embarrassed. I'm like, you guys didn't show up. You guys didn't play well. The coach didn't do what he was supposed to do. He should have challenged that catch from Devonta Smith. He didn't. That's on him. It's all, bro, completely. That team is responsible for them losing. The whole entire fucking team. It's not the Eagles. The Eagles just did what they were supposed to do. They made sure that they didn't turn over the ball. They made sure they didn't do stupid shit. They played within the game plan, and they did what they were supposed to do. And that's win the fucking game by any means. They didn't play dirty. They didn't do nothing out of sorts. And I'm just annoyed, bro. I'm tired of seeing it online. I'm tired of them. I don't even know why they interviewing the 49er players. Like, bro, they don't care. They tight. They going to be mad. And for you 49ers, if y'all don't come out next year and go undefeated or do something major next year, I don't want to hear a motherfucking thing because you guys are more nauseating than Cowboy fans. I never thought there was a fan base more nauseating than Cowboy fans. I posted one thing on a page that had 49ers fans. Bro, they still commenting till today. They sending me, they tagging me. Oh, you a clown, you this, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, first off, you don't know me. Second off, don't be mad at me. Tag your organization. Nigga, don't be mad at me. I'm calling it facts. Oh, you wait till Sunday. You gonna see what's gonna happen. Y'all gonna lose. Patrick Mahomes is gonna carve y'all up. No, he not. He's not. He's going to play good, but he's not going to carve the Eagles up. Let's keep it real. If Mahomes win is going to be close. It's not going to be on some, they blew the Eagles out. They exposed the defense. They were saying shit like that, bro. Like, the type of shit they were saying, I'm like, are you serious? Expose the defense? If you want to talk about any team that came close to exposing the defense, was the Cowboys. Y'all played out with that. But the only reason the defense was exposed was because the quarterback play wasn't good that game. And people fail to realize that the quarterback play is not good. And this is for any team. The defense is going to get exposed. The defense is out there a lot longer than they need to be. You feel what I'm saying? If your quarterback can make first downs, what's going to happen? Your defense is going to play more minutes than the offense. So come on, bro, they're not making sense, bro. It's frustrating. So those are my asshole of the week for that one. And I got one more. Brooklyn Nets organization. What are we doing? What are we doing in Brooklyn? Like, when did Brooklyn become I don't know, the Cleveland Browns,
Washington Redskins,
the Washington the Washington Commanders, the Washington
yeah,
what's that Globetrotter team that the Globetrotters always beating? They're the Commanders,
the
right?
Generals.
Generals. When did we become them guys? Like nobody wants to play in Brooklyn, and Brooklyn is not a bad team to play with. It's not a bad city. They gonna support you, but you gotta come to play though. It's New York. New York is rough in general. Like nobody wants to come, nobody wants to stay here. They quick to get out of town. Like what is that organization doing? What is the ownership doing? Like they gotta get it together, bro. Like Brooklyn deserves better. You didn't build a whole new stadium and all this hype just to be fucking mediocre. If that's the case, you should have stayed in New Jersey. I'm just saying. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
So those are my asshole of the week. I think I'm done venting. I think I'm good now. I had to let that go. I was saving that for a couple of days.
Got you.
It's nauseating, bro.
Mine's is gonna my asshole of the week is gonna go to Larissa Pippen. Listen,
Okay.
you old Susia.
I heard about that.
Can you stop? Stop. Like she's like the NBA League Pass. Like she's NBA League Pass because she just goes through the whole NBA, bro. Like it's horrible.
Yeah.
Like your old ass needs to sit home, get with the program. You're getting all these young dudes, but you making a nice list for yourself because you're playing yourself in a lot of ways. Your son is playing with the boyfriend that you dating right now. That's sad.
Yeah.
And if I was the son, I'll be so pissed because you know how many jokes is probably gonna like people thinking about, and then they're like, "Oh, if this nigga ever say anything to me, I'm gonna unleash this shit on his ass." So he gotta stay quiet. Like, man, I'll take that. I'm good because my mom is over there being a fucking big ass hoe. But it's crazy, man. Like.
No offense, like LeBron mom back in the day, Delonte West. Remember that?
Yeah, but this one here, she did Jordan's son. She got the other kid, Malik Beasley. She's been doing
Jumpman.
Yeah, she's NBA League Pass, bro. That's her name, NBA League Pass. Because I just be like, yo, and she's an older woman. She had future. Like it's just crazy. The list goes on and on with this lady.
Yeah.
You're playing yourself. You're making yourself look crazy. I wonder how Scottie Pippen feels about this whole situation because he's probably like getting dragged through this shit too. But
that's a fact.
Just stay home. Like you got money.
Yeah.
Like get with somebody and stay with them. Like there's no reason for you to be with these young dudes anyways. They all they want to do is fuck. Newsflash. Like I told Sean in the beginning. Hey, I got a secret for you. We just want to fuck you. That's it, man. Like. What are you doing? Like, just that's what they want. Like, stop. That's my asshole of the week because you're not stopping.
Nah.
So,
can't stop, won't stop, flowers, bad boy.
Can't stop. Yeah. Let's get to these flowers right away, man. Who you got?
So you know what? Because it was kind of hard, and it's kind of I guess this is weird for me because normally flowers of the week is easy for me. But I'm gonna give my flowers out to all the loved ones out there that's about to celebrate Valentine's Day on Tuesday, and I hope you do something special, something memorable. You don't have to spend money. You could just do something that means more to that person. So flowers to you guys that's actually going above and beyond and showing that love and affection to your loved one, to your kids. Like I celebrate Valentine's Day like this. I get my lady something, I get my kids something. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you gotta show your kids love too. It's Valentine's Day. It's not just about couples. So flowers to them, and for those that are celebrating February 15th. Is it the 15th or the 13th? You know what I'm talking about.
Go ahead. That's
Future's holiday. Sachi Day. For those celebrating that holiday, flowers to you. Make sure you treat that special Susio with love.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And for those that's doing a little tinkle on them, tinkle away, motherfucker. Tinkle away.
So my flowers are going to. So first of all, did we get a baby or no?
Not yet. We're not there yet.
Oh,
hopefully
okay.
soon.
So I can't. So I was waiting to give those flowers, but
I was waiting my damn self. So I'm like, yo, this thing gotta come before the Super Bowl, baby.
Right.
Or after.
No, I don't think it's happening. I don't think
I don't
it's
think it's
happening.
happening either.
So I'm gonna give my flowers out, and I'm gonna piggyback to what you said, man. Just because we were
Yeah.
talking about toxic relationships, everybody
Mhm.
who's in a relationship that's benefiting them, um, they're with a partner that loves them, that treats them well, that doesn't learn to the people that learn how to listen to their partner and learn how to benefit and learn how to, I guess, complete the other person. So it's hard. It's hard work to be in a marriage. It's hard work to be in a relationship. But for those people who have made it work and who are continuing to find different ways to love their partner and to find different ways to enjoy each other's company, because trust me, there's days where I know my wife don't want me around, and I know there's times when I'm in the house I don't want to be around. So there's
Facts.
something we got to make it work.
Uh-huh.
And we look at all the positives and we just come back to that and just make sure that we respect each other. So I give my flowers to all the couples out there who are making it work.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah, man.
That was
So
good, man.
that's it, bro. That's
That
it.
is
That's our
it.
show for today. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, Sean's has a baby, and we can talk about the baby
And
a
a
little
Super
bit.
Bowl championship, baby.
And
Let's
and
go.
no Super Bowl. So we're waiting on that baby. No Super Bowl. So next week, people, enjoy your day, enjoy your
All
night.
right.
We love you. Peace out.